What's up, gamers? GamerDad here. This is the guide to help you complete the Week 3 weekly quest, Help Defeat Bosses. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that button and show me that support. And don't forget to use my creator code in your Fortnite item shop. It is GamerDad, all one word, all capital letters. I greatly appreciate your support. So, probably the toughest challenge of the Week 3 weekly quest. You need to help defeat 3 bosses. Now, there's a multitude of bosses. I believe there's 5 of them offhand, and I want to make sure there's no confusion. Krampus, whilst when you defeat him, it says that you who's the boss, as in he's a boss. Defeating Krampus will not count here. But you've got Peter Griffin down here at Snooty Steps. Then you've also got the boss over at Grand Glacier, the boss at Reckless Railways, the boss at Lavish Lair, and the boss here at Pleasant Piazza. So the key is for help, all that means is as long as you get a hit on the boss and another player kills that boss, then you will be good to go. However, what I do want to note is that if the storm kills the boss, there is a very good chance that it will not count. So for that reason, I recommend that you attempt to defeat the boss all on your own 3 different times. And so I'm going to share a few tricks here. So once I finally found Peter Griffin, and by the way, the medallion on the map in the top right will move around as he moves. So that will help you find exactly where he is at the named location. But don't just stand there and go about face and go shot for shot with any of the bosses. As you can see, I don't even have a good loadout. I don't even have that many weapons, and I don't even have like much to heal myself up with. So all you need to do is you need to know when to retreat, when to use walls, when to use rooftops to really help you out here. So I basically would get shots and then kind of back off, get shots and back off. And as you see, I'm end up eliminating Peter Griffin with that Iron Warrior Ranger pistol there. And that is 1 boss down. So if you can, the next thing you would do is go look at the map and see if there's any other bosses available. The storm had gone in to all of the other locations at that point, and there were no bosses remaining. So I started up a new game, came over to Reckless Railways, and at this point I'm just looking for the boss. Here she is. I get a shot. Now, if other people were here, if other people were going to be fighting the boss and taking her out, you could run away, and once the boss dies, as long as it's by a player's hands or a player's weapon, you'll get credit for it. But that wasn't happening. So then I knew it was on to me again, or over to me. So I use this wall. Like I say, get a shot on the boss, and then get her to come out right here, and get up on the walls there, and shoot down. I never once had any of these Legion tactical grunts or the boss actually come up top, and I constantly was up here just firing down at them. And again, I don't even have much bullets here, but that didn't stop me from actually eliminating the boss. As you can see, I've got 40 bullets as the most I had at that time there. I would kind of go between going to the opposite rooftop and then over here, and eventually once all the grunts were killed, the boss isn't even able to figure out that she should come up and get me, and I just killed her from atop. And that again is using height and using natural obstacles in the game to make it easy to defeat these bosses. So that's my second of 3 bosses. At this point, the storm's actually in a very good place for me to head over to Grand Glacier. So that is what I'm doing next. I got in a car, I drove here as soon as possible. I took the weapon that I got for defeating the last boss, and beyond that though, I really don't have much at all. I've only got 156 bullets in the SMG at the moment. And even with that, just by using, strategy, obstacles, and understanding how the boss and the grunts are moving around and how they play and how they fight, I am going to end up defeating this boss. So this is where the boss usually is. So you want to come here, and initially you want to unload on them as much as possible and get as much damage as you can. And then you want to be able to take a bit of damage so that you don't just panic and retreat. But you want to make sure you don't die at the same time. And note that the boss will heal themselves up a bit, so you don't want to just leave them sitting pretty for too long. And so at this point, I had to retreat. Now into this area, this is a great place to retreat. Come behind here, reload, quickly pop those mini shields, quickly get some health, and then wait for the grunts to come at you like this, or the tactical elite in this case. Use these obstacles to your advantage. If you're playing in build walls to slow them down and just kind of, you want to take control. So eventually I came back up there, And now there's a couple more shots on this boss. I end up getting shockwaved away, which is super annoying. But I'm going to make another pass and another move here. I've only got 42 health, little to no shields. I'm going to take out a couple more. In fact, no, I'm not going to take it out. I'm actually just going to make a pass here. I'm going to make a run to this opposite side. Reload over here. And at this point, I'm going to take shots from afar here. And this is where I'm actually going to get shockwave. That's where the shockwave happens. And so I know at this point I only need like a couple more shots on the boss, and they are now dead, and my challenge is complete. I hope it's helpful. Please drop a like, leave me a comment, and if you haven't subscribed, please hit that button and show me that support. Wish you all the best with the challenge, and until the next video, this is GamerDad out.